Shalom.
Shalom. Yahweh, Bashem,
Yo,
Yahushai,
hi.
Bashem,
Bashim.
Rakatash.
Rakakadash.
Brother Barak.
But yo, what's up? They see prosperity. They see the Statue of Liberty. They see that false sense of hope that they could just come and build. But those days are long gone. And what does it say in Ecclesiasticus 1 and Ecclesiastes 1 and 2? Vanity of vanities, saith the preacher. All is vanity. So this place is ultimately vain and is going to get destroyed, and that's just a sign of what's to come. Just breaking on a boat smashing the bridge, which is known to be one of the biggest and most known signified bridges in the whole world, in a place like New York, Ellis Island, where all people from all nations and all customs came to mix. Yep.
And I'm gonna bring out a precept, Ak, if you don't mind. And this is the book of Revelation 18:3. It says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies." That goes back to who's her? It's referring to Babylon, man. The country, United States of America. This Babylon, the whore, man. You know, and this place is going to be destroyed by nuclear thermonuclear fire. But all the countries trying to be like America, and whether that is a psyop or not, it is a sign, because everything is a sign from Yahweh Shem Shai, right? So we're gonna see a lot worse happen. You know, we and those nukes are gonna destroy the how you say it? They're gonna destroy everything, man, in 1 hour. All the statues, the obelisk, which which is if you know what that means, that's another hidden message. The Statue of Liberty, all the buildings is gonna destroy it in 1 hour, man. From nukes, man.
Foreigner Strong's G 2296, Thalmadzo. Thalmadzo.
Yeah, and he is no Salaki Akim. Yeah. I was saying that he don't even have any mercy for his own people. And I got this precept, this is the book of Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the face of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And then the second verse, well, first of all, that just goes to show you, you know, um, that this place has been given into the hands of the wicked. Ultimately, the Lord ordained that, but because our people have been cursed. Um, and this is what the faith of Esau and the devil is ultimately destruction, and everything has to play out. But we're not here in our rest. So this whole idea of coming to Babylon, land of the free, home of the brave, make America great again, ain't gonna fucking happen. It's not gonna happen. Get that out of your silly fucking mind, Jake. Okay, don't be simple, because this place is gonna get destroyed. And they don't have any mercy for you. They don't care about you. They're deceiving you. And I'm gonna bring this other precept out: be not ignorant to Satan's devices. So this is from the book of 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we can't be ignorant to the devices of the wicked. We battle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and rulers of this world. So Esau and his beast system is continually getting implemented, and soon it's going to take full effect. And that's when the Lord is going to come to save his elect. He's going to deliver us out of this wicked place. But until then, we got to endure and keep pushing. And we got to continue to wake up the masses. Well, continue to wake up our people, the Israelites, the 1/3, and fish for the elect while we're here. Because there's still people that need to hear this. And ultimately, whoever is meant to hear it will hear. Whoever has the eyes to see will see, and whoever has the ears to hear will hear. We just got to do our part and keep doing the work. And you think with all that they're not going to get punished and they're not going to suffer? He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So we say it time and time again. Stop having fucking remorse for these Edomites and letting them fellowship in your congregation, man. Okay? And keep them all close to you like that, man. Because it's a serpent, it's an enemy, man. You had no respect for Esau. You should not be hanging around Esau, man. Okay? If you have to work, and I know I'm getting off topic, but this is a part of the point here too. If you have to work with them, you have to do, business for whatever, for a quick moment. Okay, you see them in public, be wise, but don't be hanging around going to the party with them, man. They ain't invited to the cookout, man. I'll tell you that right now. They ain't invited to the cookout. Okay? And they're not gonna be just able to just come in, Gentiles grafted in, big kumbaya parade, man. Okay? Yeah, stop. Yeah. Stop feeling sorry for them, man. They weren't feeling sorry for you when they fucking raped your ancestors, our ancestors, okay, and did heinous things, abominable things to our people, okay? They didn't feel sorry for you then, okay? So don't fucking feel sorry for them now. All right? They're not meant to understand. You got to deal with them as concubines, or deal with them accordingly as women, but don't be buddy hanging out with Esau, having him chill out with you in your personal life, man. It's a very unwise thing to do, man, because they might play it like they're cool and all with you, man, but secretly they're plotting.
That collision happened around 9 o'clock tonight. Information is still coming in at this hour, but here's what we know. A Mexican Navy training ship was sailing on the East River when its mast collided with the Brooklyn Bridge. The boat was packed with passengers at the time of the incident. 19 people are injured, 4 seriously. The bridge is open to traffic. Addie Gajardo is live near the scene at Pier 16 with the very latest. Addie.
Jenna, truly a dramatic scene that unfolded before so many people's eyes out here on Pier 17. Take a look behind me. That boat was completely lit up when it sailed away, only to be now completely dim. There are no lights on the boat behind me. It is very far back there on the corner. This entire area is covered by first responders and personnel, fire trucks and ambulances. Officials say multiple people were transported to the hospital. The extent of those injuries and the exact number of those people that were transported to the hospital right now, that information is unknown. But we do know that it was a Mexican Navy training vessel that crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge, and witnesses were here as this all unfolded. Take a look at this very dramatic video right here. It shows the 2 boat masts snapping as the boat collides with the Brooklyn Bridge. Multiple flags, including the American flag, are on that boat, and 2 large Mexican flag. In another video, you can see people scatter as the boat approaches the pier. People I spoke with say that this crash sent people screaming, saying they couldn't believe what they were actually seeing.
I had all the yard arms covered with cadets, I guess, from the boat that were putting on a show. It climbed up the rigging and then spread out on all the masts, all three masts. It struck the mast, chopping it off maybe about 20 feet or maybe a little more down.
And all of a sudden we heard tons of screaming coming from this massive crowd that was massed here. And we all got up. Our hearts were skipping a beat because it was just horrible how it sounded. We heard like this wood crunch, which we then stood up from dinner right here and looked at the bridge, and we saw what everybody's already seen happen, which was just horrifying.
Now, we are learning that this vessel sails at the end of classes, and the Mexican Naval Military School cadets training this year, it left Mexico with 277 people on board. And Jenna, one thing that was very clear from speaking to people that were out here that witnessed this crash is that as they were recording, they said prior to that, there was an entire show that went on the boat. One of the videos that the witnesses showed me, as a matter of fact, showed that there was people strapped onto the mast. Right now, it's unclear if those people were actually unstrapped and came back down onto the boat before that crash happened. So we'll continue to follow this story very closely. Obviously, a lot of people still shaken out here on the pier. I can't tell you, several people came up to us showing us video and telling us they could hear the crunch as that boat crashed with that bridge. Jenna?
So scary. Thank you for that update, Addie. And of course, we'll stay on top of this breaking news out of the East River, streaming on CBS News New York or online at cbsnewyork.com.
They're trying to start turmoil between, with all this. They're trying to, they're trying to just cause war between Jake and Esau. And not only that, they're just trying to create more of a hateful spirit amongst Esau so they can even be more hateful and bitter. Never. I mean, they don't even cross. Like, there are Ishikar Mexicans living in New York, but it's very rare that you see any boat from that. I've never heard that before. Usually it's they're coming from a completely different part of the country, Texas, California, Florida. We never see them in New York. I mean, just the time that it takes and the location that it takes to travel to New York on boat, it just doesn't make any sense. So they're just creating narratives and manipulating the masses. It's what Esau does best, especially when, like you said, Cesar Nero is deporting all of them back right now. It's just creating more and more turmoil. That's what he does best. That's why do not be ignorant to Satan's devices, because this is all a simulation. But at the same time, it's all spiritual. It's all spiritual. There's always a deeper meaning behind it. That's it, Ak.
Yeah, that's it for me, Ak.
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem.
Jim,
Yahushai.
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem.
Bahashim,
Rakakadash.
Rakakadash. Brother, what's up? Shalom.
Barak. Shalom.